The storylines in regards to baseball this season have at least jumped off the page much more than they have in the last few years, and part of that reason is because I believe baseball is becoming a little bit more fun again. I'm on my mission, Francis, to #make baseball fun again. I have been inspired by Bryce Harper. I was on a mission to also discuss why Jose Bautista versus Rougned and Odor's fight was important to the game, even though they're both out of their mind. But now let's take two more examples of people who, well, really Yordano Ventura, who's out of his damn mind, and also why it's good for the game. All right, so, and also a little more insight onto why the Royals did not necessarily have Yordano Ventura's back. So the suspensions are in. We'll take a look at the card first between Manny Machado and Yordano Ventura. This is C10. Manny Machado receives a 4-game suspension, a $2,500 fine. Yordano Ventura is a 9-game suspension, undisclosed. Both players are appealing the suspension, which makes them eligible to play until the MLB rules on the appeal. All right, I thought it was going to be 5 for Ventura, 2 for Machado. I think Machado's is going to go down to 3 or 2 games. And I think Ventura is going to be slapped with a 9-game suspension and a big-ass fine, as he deserves one. What happened? All right, so let's take you through this real quick. If you haven't seen it yet, we'll leave the fight itself in the comment section below. We'll throw some B-roll over for you now to see some great images from the fight itself. Early on in the game, the second inning, the first at-bat with, or it might have been the first inning, first at-bat sequence between Ventura and Machado. Ventura threw 3 times, pretty much as close to Machado's ribs as you could, right? Eventually, Machado almost got the better of him by smacking one out of the park, except it fell just a few feet short and caught by the outfielder. I believe it was Lorenzo Cain in center. Move on to the 5th inning. Second sequence of events between Machado and Ventura. Ventura throws it again right at Machado's ribs, and it hits him. He kind of limps at first up and then charges the mound. Yordano Ventura throws one of these, misses, Machado DDTs him right into the fucking ground. First of all, Machado is stronger, bigger, better at everything about baseball, maybe except pitching, than Yordano Ventura. All right. So who's right, who's wrong in this situation? Well, again, fighting, technically both are wrong because you shouldn't fight because one person broke an unwritten rule of baseball, which is you don't throw at a player you don't like, and then you don't charge the mound and everything clears and yeah, okay. So here's the problem here. Yordano Ventura is not liked in Kansas City, and I mean that literally by his teammates. Sal Perez, the catcher for the Kansas City Royals, at no point made any single effort to stop Machado from going to the mound because it is true. Sal Perez wanted Manny Machado to beat the crap out of Yordano Ventura. It's something that I'm sure the dugout and other players in that clubhouse, not specifically everybody, but it was evident from that fight that they do not have Yordano Ventura's back. Okay. So why is this all so? Because Yordano Ventura, according to Adam Jones, something's wrong in the head there. Something's wrong in the circuits because he's thrown at players before. He wanted to throw at Jose Bautista because of Jose Bautista showing up other pitchers in the league. Okay, this is where the unwritten rules become even dumber. So now, some actually believe that that's a fair thing to do. But here's the problem. If you do these things, you're going to get hit, and you deserve to get hit, and you also deserve to get suspended for it, and you don't deserve to appeal it, truthfully. So, in the postgame interview, Adam Jones said there's something wrong in the head and the circuits. The problem is Yordano Ventura has this asset. It's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, which, by the way, the one that hit Machado was 99 miles an hour, which is the hardest he threw all game at that point. He was saving himself to throw it harder at Machado than any other actual beneficial part of that baseball game. So Machado's asset is that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Now, according to Yahoo Sports and a few other people, including Jeff Passan from Yahoo Sports, Ventura is obviously on the trade block, and some team's going to have to pick him up because you can't have a 99, 100-mile-an-hour fastball thrower who also has a decent changeup and a good curveball and proven that he could pitch in big games, just kind of sit out. The problem is he's not liked in Kansas City, and we're not sure how much he's going to get along with other players and other teams. And then chemistry, as you've talked about multiple times across all sports, Francis, is important to winning titles.
Yeah.
Francis, I know you're not the biggest baseball fan.
But I am a
But you do like fights. You do like fights.
Well, I can't say that. I can't sit here and disregard the sport and when I'm saying that I'm a little bit more interested now that I've seen these last 2 things with Odor and Bautista. Bryce Harper I'm a fan of Bryce Harper, and I think that he makes a lot of sense in everything that he's stating. But in this example, one of the things that frustrated me is, like, if you have any doubt that Ventura wanted this to happen, you need to watch his reaction back as soon as he throws it. Throws his hat down, throws his bat, moves his arms literally like this, as if to say, fuck you, I don't care about you, I wanted this to happen. And it's just unfortunate that Machado didn't land that wild right hook that he threw, because it looked like if it did connect, it was going to be a haymaker. It grazed his shoulder. But again, it's like, I don't think that it encompasses everything that needs to improve a little bit more about baseball. Like, these fights they're entertaining, and they are going to help in getting the game a little bit more exposure. But you said the same thing again, and you continuously say the same thing, and I pay attention, and I try to understand it as much as I can, is these unwritten rules and these kind of, the way that these players interact with each other has to change in a certain way. It's like, okay, you don't like a certain athlete, or beating them into the sport. Like, your state is beating them at the sport, beating them at what? If you've got a 100-mile-per-hour fastball and you are a good pitcher, then what better way than strike him out? And then you can make whatever face you want when he's walking away. But as you stated with Bautista, this is something that, as much as he's not the most liked guy in the world, I did a little bit of research into all the things that he's done, and he's done some pretty shady things. But it seems like the thing that he's been held against him the most is when he flipped his bat because he celebrated when he hit a home run. It's like, it's these little things that just set baseball players off. It's like something in their head switches when it comes to this sacred sport, that something just isn't. Oh, you're disrespecting our sport. You're disrespecting our religion. You're getting your ass beat. So that's just like, it's these little things that if they were to go away, I'm not saying completely go away. Every sport has their own cultural normality, and every sport has certain things that's sacred. But it's not like you're burning a USA flag. Like, it's just relax a little bit. But I think, at least I'm intrigued a little bit more.
Look at this. Look, you've inspired the Maxwell.
I'll watch the next game between these two. If they
I need
Yordano
Ventura. I need Ventura on set. I need Machado on set. Machado, by the way, who might be the runaway first 2 months AL MVP. He's had an unbelievable season. Yeah. All right, Francis, you make fantastic points on that as well. What the main point of this is, a lot of the times people think Yordano Ventura disrespects the game, and there's these players like Jose Bautista who disrespect the game. What the fuck does that even mean? You want to throw at a guy, throw at him, but you better put your fists up because he's going to charge you. And also, if you have a problem in your own dugout, you probably want to get the hell out of Kansas City, because if your catcher isn't backing you up, you're going to get your ass beat. Because Sal Perez, by the way, is huge. Look at him behind the plate. He's got the body armor on. He's got the catcher's gear. You want that guy in your corner, not the opposing team's corner. So Ventura probably on the move. The other big news from baseball, which has nothing to do with fights, but should still happen. Madison Bumgarner, pitcher for the San Francisco Giants, wants to compete in the home run derby. He's hit a few bomb pies this year, 430-foot home runs. But the Giants won't let him compete in the home run derby because he's a pitcher. Okay. What do you have to lose? He's not going to get injured swinging a freaking baseball bat. It's probably going to create more hype for the home run derby than anything we've heard in the last 10 years. And if Bumgarner does it, maybe Bartolo Colon will do it. And all 400 pounds of his big, sexy belly will fucking swing for the fences, and we will have ourselves the greatest home run derby of all time. I don't understand why we're so protective, not me specifically, but over certain assets. That's like saying I don't want Bryce Harper to play in the All-Star game because what if he gets injured making a catch? The guy can get injured making a catch in practice. Yeah. The guy can get injured running fucking 90-yard sprints.
Same argument that came for Paul George when he
broke his leg,
had his horrible injury. It was like, should that really be in a game that he should have been playing? And everyone will make excuses like that. But at the same time, it's like, are they doing anything different, or are they just playing the sport, which you can get injured in at any specific moment? It is literally impossible to judge or gauge when an injury is going to happen. If you injure yourself playing the sport that you're playing, I think it's safe to say that it would have happened at some point. It's the same thing. You don't need to, it's not like one All-Star game, just because it happens in that game, that it's the game's fault. It's the fact that they play the sport. You're always susceptible to injuries.
Yeah, no excuses. No more excuses. Make it fun, as Dan puts it. To wrap up very quickly, Yordano Ventura is out of his damn mind. Kansas City does not like him. Manny Machado is the runaway AL MVP candidate as of right now. And his best moment of the season came when he DDT'd Yordano Ventura. Comment below what you think about the scenes of baseball. The more people who comment, the more people who watch, the more baseball we get to talk about, the more Francis, I thought you were yawning, gets pumped up.
No yawns.
Come back for more. We'll see you then.
All right, Ronaldo.